Hey, this is Kat, and I'm watching the Floyd Mayweather Conor McGregor press conference in London. I saw that there's been so many press conferences over the last couple of days, and I've been really busy shooting. If you don't know, I'm in Beverly Hills, and Manchester United is in town, and so is Real Madrid. But what ends up happening with my schedule half the time is I don't know half the things that are going on because I'm working my butt off. But a lot of you already know I shoot celebrities, and I shoot a lot of Dana White and UFC stuff, as well as I shoot Swiss Stallone a lot, and he of course did a video with me a while back about Conor McGregor versus Floyd Mayweather, and I just want to thank all the people that have watched that video. I get stopped on the street all the time and people tell me that they really dug that video, and that means a lot to me. You have no idea. Sometimes you do stuff that is kind of ahead of its time, and then people try to copy you and they don't pay you for it. So for all you fans out there that enjoyed the video, I really appreciate it, and putting it on my YouTube channel and seeing it be successful on my own name. So trust, I really appreciate it. But anyway, getting back to this, I've never done one of these reaction videos before, but I'm gonna try to like zoom through it while I talk to you. My first impression, I didn't see the Los Angeles one. It broke my heart. I didn't even know about it till it was too late. And I missed Conor McGregor while he was walking around a rodeo with no shirt on, which I swear I cried. But I was shooting like Gigi Hadid and a bunch of other people that day, and I just happened to, I had to upload my work, because I don't know if you know anything about the business that I'm in, but the photographs have to be in really, really quick. And I had so much work that day because I shot so much stuff that I had to upload. And while I was uploading, of course, Conor was walking around with no shirt on. So anyway, I'm over it. But just looking at what I see with this press conference, I love how they did it. Opening up with, of course, I think it's Sinead O'Connor. And forgive me if I slur my words. I have been working like 15-hour days for the last like 3 days, and I'm retarded. Anyway, Conor looks fantastic in his suit. He takes it all in. He bows. I love Conor. I mean, I've said it 1,000 times, but Conor represents something, an intelligent fighter, the new man. He knows about how to use his fist, and he also knows how to use his brain, and that combination is extremely attractive. So, you know, he's strutting in, blah, 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 and he's Conor McGregor. He knows how to work it. But the fans are fantastic. I wish I went there. Okay, I'm looking at Floyd. First off, you know, wearing all that diamonds, you know. Okay, you guys have to forgive me, but can I talk really straight to you? First off, you know, I look at these as like paradigms of there's a word I'm looking for, my brain's so tired, I hope I find it. Iconic figures in history. Floyd's playing that ignorant, stereotypical nouveau riche type of person who tries to act like a thug, a pimp. He shows his wealth by flashy jewelries. He has bitches and hoes. You know, he has a stable of hangers-on. I find that so unattractive on so many levels. He just comes off as a very ignorant person. I've heard stories that he can't read, and if that's true, that's disgusting. He's no role model. And I know some of you are going to hate me for saying this, but I really don't care. But it's just like, he's playing a stereotype. If you know anything about like Willie Lynch or just the history of America, there's certain stereotypes that sell for the public, and people, black as well as white, feed into it. They think they have to be the thug, the man that treats women really like shit and has to show off with like fast cars and you know, flashy jewelry and a stable of women that he loves none of them, and he treats people like throwaways. That's what Floyd Mayweather to me is demonstrating or projecting with his mode of operandi. I'm going to skip through this because I don't want YouTube coming at me with copyright infringement crap. You know, one thing that's important no matter what kind of business you're in is to be educated on multiple levels. The funny thing I want to say about watching Dana White on this press conference, and again, I didn't see any of the other ones, is that Dana is more hyped with this than he's been with any of the UFC stuff, which is kind of interesting on so many levels, because Dana loves Conor, obviously, and Conor is a big moneymaker. And without Conor in the UFC's boring. I mean, since Conor's been away, who remembers a fight? I mean, I'm sorry, but Conor drew me into the UFC, and no one has taken his place while he's been away. And there's been so many, like, fights that haven't happened and trouble and stuff like that. But when I've seen Dana White do other press conferences, he's got no energy like this. I mean, Dana is hyped. I know he makes money off of Conor. I know that he makes money off of all of his other fighters. I have issues with Dana, and I've teased him about it. And if you watch my other videos, you can see what I'm talking about. But in the past, I've thought Dana was just like a person who uses people to make money, just like most businessmen do, and they're throwaways. But the thing that Conor changed the game, he's not a throwaway. You can't replace Conor, and he proves it. Every day, he draws crowds, he makes it exciting, and Dana knows it. So Conor actually has the UFC in the palm of his hand, and I think it's great. Let me just skip through. Conor talking. Okay, let's talk about this. Not only does he look great, I love a man in a suit, by the way. And I also heard that he's got his own clothing line, which I totally dig. But his beard is, if you looked at the close-ups of the shots, his beard is cut sharp. It looks hot. There's a line, it's like girls do their makeup and they do that contour. He's got a contour or crease or something in his beard. He looks flawless. And like I said, I loved a man in a suit. I always will. I like a man that looks good naked, and I like a good guy in a suit. And I like a guy in casual clothes, but I like a guy in a suit. But anyway, he's also preaching knowledge. If you guys have seen the new video with Jay-Z, the story of OJ, he breaks down financial knowledge in that too, and Conor's hip to the game. He's saying he's making more money now with this one fight than most people make in 2 careers. You know, Conor just is 29. His birthday was yesterday, so he's a very smart businessman. He knows his worth, and he gets paid. So I have to dig a guy for that. Skipping through, he's taunting Mayweather. He's taunting his daughter in a way, and the guy. And he's talking about his clothes. Conor's funny as fuck. I love Conor. I mean, a man who can talk shit and back it up, I find that really hot. But anyway, I'm going to skip through because I don't want to bore you because I talk too much. But I'm looking at Conor from the back. His thighs look really good and his ass looks tight. So get on you. And his shoulders look great. I'm a visually stimulated person, so I appreciate a good-looking man, and Conor looks good from the back, he looks good from the front, he looks good from the side. As again, I'm fast-forwarding. The guy that spoke for Floyd is boring, and he looks stupid. Sorry, I don't like his clothes. I mean, as someone who's been, you know, in the entertainment industry for a while, again, to me, this is like theater. You know, he's posturing like a, you know, like he's so cool. Look how my bling is. Look how big my jewelry is. Look how I'm not bothered by the crowd yelling for Conor. But like I said, I don't know if this is real or not too, because and he's throwing down Conor's, stepping on his name stuff. It gets funny on multiple levels because you never know what's really real and what's theater. Because some of the stuff could just be, hey, let's make a lot of money really quick and let's pretend you guys don't like each other and make tons of money. You know, I can understand that, like WWE. But if this is real, you know, and they're not acting, you know, Floyd's playing the thug, you know, and some people like that. I don't. So, I never really liked Floyd Mayweather. But, you know, neither here nor there. I've seen him, I went to Clippers games and I would see him leaving and he just never seemed like a cool, approachable person. He's always got like tons of bodyguards around him and he has to have all these people around him to feel powerful. Real power is not having to show off. It just is within, you know? And I don't find his demeanor, I've never found his demeanor attractive. Not that he cares what I think, but I don't like people like that. The other thing I thought was really weird was, hold on. I love how the crowd is like yelling famous comments that Conor has said in the past. I could swear that they were saying in Portuguese what he said to Jose Ronaldo, pussy, but in Portuguese. I think I heard that. And if they did that, that's so funny. There was something I saw. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. He did something where he's playing music and it makes it stop. Where's that? Anyway, let me see if I can find it real quick. I'm so sorry if I'm boring you guys. Oh, tap out. When he was... Hold on. Tap out. You know the part about when he's talking about Dana White? I thought that was funny because he called him a pimp. He's right. I agree with that. But I don't think Conor's a stupid hoe. Anything is a smart hoe. But anyway, let's go. Oh, here we go. Oh, God. You know what's funny? Hold on a second. Let me talk two different things. One, I think Conor can dance, which is very sexy. If you know anything about Bruce Lee was a great tango dancer. He was a great dancer. A lot of people don't know that. But to be a master at multiple levels, to have rhythm, to have intelligence, to have wisdom, to have grace, those qualities are sublime, you know, and Conor just seems relaxed and very, very much like Bruce Lee. There's a famous interview with Bruce Lee that happened, I guess, in the 60s, and it's black and white, and Bruce is wearing a suit, and he looks absolutely gorgeous, and there's some idiot older man, you know, asking dumb, uninformed questions and kind of being racist. I think he used the word like Oriental or something, but just stupid questions. But Bruce Lee handles him just so smoothly, and oh God, you got to watch that. But when I watch Conor, I see that a little bit of Bruce Lee. There's something that Bruce Lee had that was just so attractive, and I see that in Conor. But anyway, watching Floyd do this stuff, how he turned it off. Okay, look. I don't even know how to tell you this, but there's another thug that did this game before. Google Cat Williams, and I don't even want to post this on this video, but if you Google Cat Williams, and he did a comedy like I guess 8 years ago about what was it called? Oh my god. He does the same bullshit that he's doing. So Floyd copied Cat Williams, which is funny, where he was yelling at the DJ telling him to stop, and it was something about like some like pimp stuff or some rap stuff. But like I said, I don't want to give that dude any credit because he's, well, the weird thing is him and Floyd are playing the same type of mentality, you know, the thug life, bitches and hoes and trying to be cool, and I'm not down with that. But I totally think he ripped off Cat Williams with that comedy bit. But like I said, I'm not about to put that on there on this video, the actual clip, because never mind. Just Google Cat Williams robbing people and you'll understand why. Anyway, let's go back to the video. You know what was weird? He called him okay. The other thing about the watch, it's ridiculous about, you know, a watch that costs $1.something million. I mean, I'm glad you can afford it, but if you've got financial problems, maybe you shouldn't buy a freaking watch that costs that much, because you just look stupid. Okay, getting back to what else happened? Because Floyd he bores me. I'm sorry I'm not like energetic, you guys. I need sleep, but I want to do this video because I thought it was massive. Oh, he uses the F word. He says the F word, man. And it's interesting when I talk about that. And a lot of these fighters, when they're trash talking each other, they use like feminine in reference to gender insults, like female dog, someone's a bitch, or you know, you're a whore. But they're kind of saying the other guy's a pussy, which it always blows my mind, but it's acceptable. But when people use the F word as an FAG, that's unacceptable. I never understood how that goes down, but that's a whole nother story. There's like certain rules that seem to be okay and ones that aren't, but dragging women down is always okay, it seems, with these guys. So that's just a weird thing. Excuse me while I belch. What else? Conor's got acting skills. If he's not acting, he's really good. I just find him boring. I don't like Floyd. If he's acting a role, you know, he's playing I guess like a decent villain, but if you're gonna play a villain, like, do your research and learn how to you know, be more interesting, you know, because I find him boring and uneducated. All he talks about is how much money he has, but yet he's in trouble with the IRS, which makes him look really stupid. And then he does these videos where he's got like 20 chicks riding bicycles following him. I just think this is dumb. Like, on so many levels. I mean, he doesn't have to be a perfect guy, but having a reputation for beating his, I guess, wife or girlfriend or the mother of his child before, that's horrible. I'm assuming it was the mother of his child. I'm not sure, and if I'm wrong, forgive me. But Floyd has a reputation of being an abuser, you know, a guy that likes to have like all these women that he has to pay for, which to me, if you have to pay for women like that, you're a whore. You know what I'm saying? I don't see redeeming qualities in him, and also what he's showing to his daughter, as in having all those women around, showing that none of them are that important to him. You know, what is that training his daughter to think? Like, you know, but that's on him. That's his parenting. But let me just wrap up, because like I said, I don't want to bore you guys. I want to put this out there. And this is 20 minutes already. I'm so sorry. Bottom line is what I'm getting from this whole thing is that Floyd's going down. He's lost already. Technically, I feel like Conor got into his head. Conor won already because Conor's 29 years old. He's going to make over $100 million off this fight, I believe. You know, Floyd's already left the game. He's in debt, supposedly. So Conor's already won at 29. And if Conor wins, like punches him, knocks him out, it's over. I mean, the difference between even if Conor loses the fight, it doesn't matter, because he had enough balls to fight, and he's brought even more attention not only to boxing but to UFC. He's made money for people. They've had these huge press conferences in Los Angeles and Toronto and New York and in London. So he's generating tons of interest and tons of sales, marketing. You know, they've got t-shirts, I'm sure. They've got all kinds of gear. He's promoting multiple companies. So Conor is making money for multiple people. And when you make money for multiple people, they're going to help move you forward. And the other thing about Floyd, I don't know what he's going to do after fighting. You know what I mean? It's like he doesn't have like the kind of personality that lends itself to be a star, like an actor or something. I can't see him being a star in movies or something. He just seems like a jerk that'll have some money and will just live his life. But I don't see him being like a major entertainer or news sportscaster or something. You have to be able to read. You have to be able to, you know, perform in a different way. And he's burning through money. So I don't know. I just don't see him having the same career path as like Conor has. Not just that he's younger, but Conor has people around him that seem to keep him grounded, and he's got, you know, a baby now with his girlfriend, and it just seems like he's more solid. He's more, you know, focused on the most important things in life: love, family, success, working hard, achieving goals, being an inspiration to other people. Conor gets it. Floyd works hard, and he shows his videos, and you know he's worked hard. I'm not trying to like dump on Floyd, but as an inspiration to people, I think the numbers speak for himself. I think Conor has been he's like a Rocky to a lot of new people. I mean, he's a inspiration to me. I don't see Floyd Mayweather as an inspiration. I see him as a person that I don't want to be like. I don't want to hang out with. I don't want to, you know what I mean? There's certain people, and I've learned this the hard way. There's certain people, even if you are covering a story, you don't even want to film them because they're jerks, and their entourages are jerks, and they like to show off and be like, but you know, really mean and stuff. And you know what I'm learning now? Fuck those people. I don't want to give them any attention. They don't deserve it. They don't need my you know, focus or anything. So I could care less if Floyd loses. You know what I'm saying? But with Conor, like I said, he's won already. He's made $100 million. He's probably going to go back to the UFC. He's proven that he can win 2 titles and then move to different ventures, having multiple streams of income. He's got his own production company filming all of his videos. He's not stupid. So, like I said, this has been an amazing, you know, press tour they've been doing. I wish I had been a part of it. I wish I saw Conor, but hey, what am I going to do this time around? But like I said, Conor's won. Floyd looks like an idiot with the taxes as well as just acting like a pimp thug. You know, that's the other thing is, if this is real, okay, it is. If it's not, you know, but I just wish young people, if you're going to be into like fighting or music or something where you're going to be on the stage and you're going to be role models to people, realize that you are creating stereotypes, positive and negative. And if you want to play that pimp role, you know, think for a second about what kind of impact that has on young minds. Young black boys, young Latino boys, young white boys, and girls looking at this person thinking, oh, I want to be like them, or I want to treat people like that, or to have wealth, I have to show it off. Real wealth is within. That's what I think anyway, but you don't have to do all that stuff to be a person who garners respect. It's just something that's an internal thing. You don't have, and that radiates out. You don't have to have the diamonds and the gold and the platinums and the look how much money this watch is and stuff like that. The other thing is, I watched another press conference or something. I guess it was after this, where Conor was interviewed, and I thought he said some really valid points. And then I heard also that Conor said to Floyd, "Oh man, you know your hands hurt when they're cold." And as a person who experienced my hands being damaged after a robbery, you know, he's right. When it's cold, your hands hurt, and sometimes when it's hot, your hands hurt too. And Conor knows this about Floyd. So Conor's in Floyd's mind. Conor's bigger than Floyd. Conor's younger than Floyd. Conor's smarter than Floyd. And that's going to play in this fight game. You know what I'm saying? Floyd's lost. And Conor won without even throwing the first punch in regards to this fight. And that's one thing I've noticed about Conor through the short time that I've watched him, is that he gets in people's heads. He knows to push buttons, but what he's pushing is actually true. So I'm not going to be surprised if Conor knocks out Floyd at all. And if Conor wins, I think Conor's smart enough to show certain things and not show other things. But like I said, I'm not surprised if he wins like the actual fight, but he's won before the fight. I kind of see this going into multiple fights. 1, 2, 3 maybe. I don't know. So anyway, thank you so much. I hope I didn't bore you. Anyway, I'll show you my kitty cat. She my kitty cat. My kitty cat. You like? Anyway, it's Kat from Kattalestv. Thank you so much. You know, guys, you have no idea. The people that love my video with Stallone and Mickey Rourke and Schwarzenegger and all that stuff, and then they watch my other videos, and when you guys see me on the street, you know, and say, "Oh, I know you, I watch your videos," it always surprises me and flatters me and humbles me, because you recognize my voice even when I'm tired, but it's just funny. But it makes it worthwhile, because sometimes you don't think financially. Sometimes what you love to do financially it's not showing, but when people remind you that what you do has value and it makes them, you know, enjoy it, it means so much. So again, thank you. But by the way, I'm going to be doing a lot of other really cool videos. I've met some cool people that I've had discussions with already, and we're kind of try to break things down into some interesting things. But I'm interested in talking about sex next. That's going to be my new thing with different people. But anyway, that's a whole nother story. But yeah, I look forward to doing that, because I think we can learn from each other and help each other. So anyway, this is Kattalestv. I'm looking forward to this fight.